Now, brothers and sisters, all of a sudden, everybody's coming out to support Nnamdi Kanu. Those who are not Igbos. You hear that this governor, for this Yoruba governor, is supporting Biafra. Asare Dokubo is supporting Biafra. That is how you know that these are controlled opposition, because these people will do what they are told to do. You see, they will beef him up. The Nigerian government, first of all, introduced Nnamdi Kanu to your dining table because they first of all took him up and locked him up for some stupid reason. And from that, all the press, anytime you talk about the Igbos, it was just Nnamdi Kanu, how he was locked up. Uwazurike has been locked up for over 10 years and nobody said anything about him. Being locked up has nothing to do. Being locked up has nothing to do with their willingness to serve your people. Anybody can be locked up, and lots of people have been locked up on the Igbo cause. But that is how they introduced him to our people. And today he is seen as the spokesman for Igbo people. No, he is not. He is a controlled opposition that was meant to control the Igbo struggle. And Igbo people need to realize what the game that is being played on them before it's too late. Now, personally, even though I know this was going on from day one, and I've made this very clear in most of my videos, in most of the comments I have in my videos, I wouldn't have even commented on this because, number one, it's not really an issue. I'm not a politically active person and I rarely comment on political things. However, Nnamdi Kanu, what he is doing is methodically leading our children to Judaism. That's what he's doing. Now, this is the false hope that lots and lots of Igbo people have. This is the false hope. They believe that Nnamdi Kanu is working in tandem with the Israelis, and that the Israelis, we all know, are superpowers, and that he will get the Israelis to impose on the Nigerian government that we have to create Biafra, and that's how we're going to create Biafra. That we're going to get the Israelis, who are superpowers, will get a superpower behind us, and they will help us create Biafra. This is the false hope that our young brothers and sisters in Igbo land are living on today. That within Nnamdi Kanu's work, you'll get the Israelis to support us. Brothers and sisters, this is why I keep saying people should please take a few minutes of their life and study history. Okay? It's not a bad thing in the world today to be aligned with the superpower. But the Israelis, are you serious? The only question I'll ask anybody who believes that the Israelis will help us build Biafra is, since when? That's the only question I have. Since when? Since when are the Israelis nation builders? Since when do Israelis start building nation? Since when, brothers and sisters? You see, people should take a few minutes of their life and study history. Because read history. The Israelis have a lot of history all over the world. In lots and lots of countries they have lived, they've originated from. We have that history. Countries like Russia, Uzbekistan, Poland, Germany, Bavaria, England, the United States, Yemen, Iran, Cuba, Venezuela, Argentina. These are countries where the Israelis have dwelt, inhabited for years and originated for years. How many of these countries have they ever built? Since when did they start building countries? When did that happen? The nation of Israel today was not built by them. It was built by the British and the Germans. Why are people not reading history and seeing what's happening in the world? Why do I need to be doing this video? Why will anybody in his right mind think that the Israelis will build Biafra? Are you serious? You see, there are a lot of uneducated brothers and sisters in the village who are guided by misguided patriotism, and they believe that the Israelis, if we accept that we are Jews and we are pally with them, that they will come and help us achieve Biafra. This is pure stupidity. Before Nnamdi Kanu went global, before he became so popular, I listened to one of his publications where somebody grilled him about his religion. He was attacking somebody for the person being a Christian, which you all know I do not support Christianity. I don't support Christianity. But he was attacking someone and the person grilled him about his religion. And he was very evasive about that. He said that his religion is Igbo. he has nothing to do with any religion, that his religion is Igbo. The person kept asking him, and he was being evasive about that. Today, Nnamdi Kanu is ostensibly a Jew. He puts on their Jewish regalia, blue and white thing, and his followers put on the same thing. And the whole IPOBOS association is now a Jewish front. They are leading our people to Judaism, believing that that's how they will align themselves with the Israelis and achieve the Biafra. First of all, children of God, let me ask a simple question. Do Igbo people want to be separated from Nigeria? The answer is not really. What the Biafran cause is about is we have to be accepted in our country, and they have to stop treating us like we are third-class citizens in our country. And if they don't accept us, then we move. That is the Igbo struggle. Okay? If you consider a typical Igbo millionaire today, and there are lots of millionaires in Igbo land, 90% of their millions is not in Igbo land. This nation today, this Nigeria, we built this nation. If we leave the nation today, who is going to lose? We are going to lose. Because lots and lots of us have our resources outside Igbo land. If we leave it today, we are the losers. There's nothing beneficial to Igbos in this struggle that is going on. Nothing. Nnamdi Kanu is attacking Buhari, insults Buhari. First of all, that is not the Igbo values. Igbos are not known for insulting elders. We respect our elders. Buhari, I don't know how old he is, but he is much, much older than Nnamdi Kanu's father. Nnamdi Kanu has no right to insult Buhari. Buhari is, as a person, is not the cause of Igbo problem. Nigeria as an institution is responsible for what Igbos are going through, not Buhari as a person. He has no right to insult an elder person like Buhari. That's not what Igbos are known for. Why will Igbos support this kind of behavior? You cannot just go out there and start insulting your elders, even if you don't share their opinion. That's not the way it's done. In Igbo land, that's not the way we do it. But today, Igbos are seen as nation destabilizers. People who built the nation, we are seen as nation destabilizers and people who want to create war. Especially when we are ill prepared for the war. This is what controlled opposition does. Brothers and sisters, this is what a controlled opposition does. They act irrationally, and unfortunately they have the numbers behind them, and they only have that numbers behind them because they have the publicity. Most Igbos know that what this guy is doing is wrong. Most Igbos know that the best way to forward the Igbo cause is through the Ohanese, through the Masob. That's what most Igbos know. But most Igbos are afraid of coming out to say these things because they believe that when they say it, a lot of people will turn against them since he has the numbers. They believe that for you to say something bad against Nnamdi Kanu, you are saying something bad about Igbo. You are not being patriotic. This is what I call misguided patriotism. They now equate Nnamdi Kanu with the Igbo struggle. Those two things are not the same. Brothers and sisters, people better come out and say something now before it gets too late. Because this is clearly what we are seeing. This man is being this is not the first time we are seeing such a control operation in Igbo land. Look at the leadership in Igbo State. What do you think is going on there? Do you think that's an Igbo operation? This is exactly what's going on, brothers and sisters, and I want people to see it. Just because Nnamdi Kanu says the thing you want to hear does not mean that he is doing the thing you want to be done. You are moving from a frying pan to a fire. Assuming, let's say he's successful, he'll get the Israelis to come and build Biafra. Are you serious? The Israelis? Have you looked at what the nations they've tried to build before? Have you looked at what happened to the Ethiopians? The Ethiopians that they airlifted in the 80s and took them to Israel. Do you know where they are today? Do you know that some of them have been kicked out and sent to Uganda to the middle of nowhere? Do you know that's going on? And these are the people you think will come and build Ebola. What is wrong with some people? You see, this is the problem. We have a critical mass of brain-dead people. And in Ebola, we have a lot of intelligent, educated people who can see what's going on. But they're not saying anything. They don't take this serious. They don't know that this is a serious issue. People better call their relations at home and let them know. Don't let them be led by this misguided patriotism that's currently going on in Igbo land. I mean, look at today. Igbos are fighting Buhari for apparently no reason. If Buhari should leave office today, who will benefit? Not Igbos. Igbos will not benefit from that. If Buhari should say, okay, fine, I'm too sick to continue, I'm going to leave the office, who is going to benefit from that? It's the Yorubas and other northerners that will benefit. Not Igbos. Igbos are not in line. They are not even number 20 in line to benefit from that. So why are Igbos in the midst of the trouble? This is 1957 all over. This is 1967 all over again. This is it all over again. In the situation, remember the Kaduna and Zogu's coup. Remember that? Kaduna and Zogu's coup was orchestrated by the Yorubas, and what they did was they just stayed behind and let an Igbo man propagate it, and at the end it became an Igbo coup. Meanwhile, at the end it was actually plotted by the Yorubas. Why are we being played like pawns in this game? And I want brothers and sisters to know, a lot of people will now say, I'm being jealous of Nnamdi Kanu because he's doing the right thing, he's saying the right things. And brothers and sisters, let me tell you one thing, brothers and sisters. I wish Nnamdi Kanu has something for me to be jealous about. I really wish that, to be honest. But let me tell you one thing that you need to know. It takes courage to do what I do. It takes courage to come out and speak up against the people I speak up against. It takes courage to do that. If you don't believe it takes courage, I dare you to do that. I dare you. The Nigerian government can break down my door tomorrow and kill me. They can do that. They have my IP address. They know where I live. They can do that. So it takes courage to come out and say that Nnamdi Kanu is a product of the Nigerian government. Not a lot of people can swim against the tide. Most people will easily flow with the tide. Not a lot of people can do that. Why am I not worried about that? I'm not worried about that because the love I have for my community is stronger than the love I have for myself. I will not see somebody leading the youths of my community to the slaughterhouse. I will not see somebody marching my community straight to hell, and I'll sit down and be too afraid to speak up. I'm not going to do that. Igbos should be very careful. Nnamdi Kanu does not represent what Igbos have fought for in this country. Nnamdi Kanu does not represent what Igbos have built. What is going on politically in Igbo land, the strategic advantage for Igbo people is to be quiet. But we are not being quiet. We are seen as the perpetrators of the violence. And that's not correct. That's not right. All because of Nnamdi Kanu and his so-called struggle. And people who believe that he's fighting for Igbo land, they just don't understand military strategy in this 21st century. They just don't understand that. Now, some people will ask, what are we going to do about this Nnamdi Kanu and his infiltration of Igbo land? You see, it's very difficult to fight against counterintelligence programs from what I've seen. It's really very difficult, especially with the amount of ignorance that exists on this kind of things. If you want to know the amount of ignorance that exists, look at the comments that people will give on this video. So you understand that it's difficult to fight against that, but this is what I advise brothers and sisters. The only way we can succeed against this infiltration of our land by Nnamdi Kanu and the people that sent him is by speaking up. We have to speak up. We have to let our brothers and sisters in the village know that, look, whenever IPOB is doing anything, don't join them. If Masob is doing a rally, join Masob. Don't join IPOB because we don't know who they are. Don't join them. No matter the publicity, no matter the rally, no matter the number of people that come there. You see, when you see yourself doing things with the majority, you are probably doing the wrong thing. You should have the courage to go against the majority most times. Whenever they are doing any of this rally, don't join them. We should question what is going on. Do not join them in this their Jewish thing. This is not the first time that black people have tried to be Jew. Look, brothers and sisters, I've said this so many times. There's a difference between Jew and Hebrew. We, the Igbo peoples, we are Hebrews. We are not Jews. You cannot be a Jew. If you think you can be a Jew, go to one synagogue in Israel and let me know how that goes. This is not the first time that black people have been deceived into thinking that they are Jews. This is not the first time. You are not a Jew. You are an Igbo man. That's what you are. Do not join this their stupidity that's going on. Don't join that. You see, when we deprive them of the numbers, we loosen their effectiveness. When we deprive them of the support that they count on, the effectiveness dies off. If Igbo youth stop attending to these IPOB rallies and all that, the effectiveness of Nnamdi Kanu will die off. And then the Nigerian government or whoever is going to deal with the Igbo struggle will be forced to negotiate with Ohanese, the recognized leadership of the Igbo people. I don't care whether Soludo is joining Nnamdi Kanu. All those things are just things that are being riled up. Again, like I said, they are propping this guy up. That's why you hear on the news that Soludo is doing this, or this prominent person is doing this. Or this is just to prop him up, to give him some kind of visibility, to give him publicity. That's what they are doing. You need to understand the game that is being played on us. I have faith that the Igbo people are educated enough to understand this game. This is a game that is being played in us. They just planted someone in our midst. Now, a lot of people will wonder, say, okay, maybe they are just using Nnamdi Kanu, but he does not know. He does not know that probably that's what's going on. He probably does not know that maybe the Nigerian government or the Israelis or whatever are using him. That is where I disagree. You see, this counterintelligence program will not work without the willing participation of the perpetrators. It will not work. He is fully aware of the operation that is going on. Do not be deceived. I have talked about deception so many times on my channel. Nnamdi Kanu is fully aware that the people that are sponsoring him, people that are pushing him, have no interest of Igbos in their hearts. He is fully aware of that. How do I know he's fully aware of that? Because anybody who is not aware will listen to reason. I have known a number of delegates, Igbo people living in Lagos, different organizations, that have sent delegates to Abia State to discuss with Nnamdi Kanu, to talk with him, to reason with him and everything. Most of them came back empty-handed. They were not even allowed to see him. They were completely blocked from his gates by bodyguards that say he's not accessible. But the next thing you know, he's doing one interview to this international media or the other international media. But when Igbos who are in diaspora try to come together and go and talk to him, he's not accessible. I know a number of organizations that have tried that and they came back empty-handed. This is what a counterintelligence program does. They will not listen to the people, to reason, but they will go for publicity. This is what they do. You need to understand it. That is how it's done. I trust that my people will understand what they made the video I just did. All through my channel. This channel is not done for publicity. Most of you don't even know me. Most of you have not requested for money from anybody. I have no intention of doing that. What I'm saying stems from the love I have for my people. And I trust that my people will be educated enough, enlightened enough, and open-minded enough to understand what I am saying. This is something bad for the Igbos. Igbos should not be seen as warmongering in this Nigerian political climate, because it does not bode well for us. Look at the recent military operation that was done in Igbo land for absolutely no reason. Is it Operation Canopus Dance or something? Brothers and sisters, if you are in Igbo land, please warn your friends, warn your relations, warn your younger ones. They shouldn't participate in this IPOB nonsense. If you are not in Igbo land, please make a call to your younger ones at home. All these people that have so much energy, that believe, that see the world as a simple place. Let them know that what is going on is too complicated for them to understand. Let them not be involved in it. Let us deprive these people of their numbers and let us completely alienate these people. That's the only way we can effectively fight off this cancer that has been planted in our community. And a lot of people will say, I'm fighting my brother. No, when I look at Nnamdi Kanu, I don't see my brother. When somebody is being used against his own people, I don't see my brother. When people are being used by the Jewish people or by the Nigerian government or whatever, I don't know whether the Jewish people are involved. I really don't know. But I know that this is not the first time that Igbos have been deceived to think that we are Jews. This is not the first time. And I've been speaking against it in my channel. So when I look at those kind of people, I don't see my brother. I see an instrument against me. So we are facing a significant amount of challenge today. I do hope everybody is aware of that challenge, and we need to come together behind our responsible leaders. I know most of our leaders have created issues for us. Most of our elders have sold us for money. But no, which tribe have not had their leaders done that to them? The Yorubas too, the Yoruba leaders have done that to them, but they're still bound behind their leaders. They don't just go and bind behind some scrawny little kid that doesn't know what he's talking about. The Hausas, the same thing. The wealth gap between the Hausas, the rich in Hausa and the poor in Hausas is tremendous. But they still stand behind their leader. Look, I know most of the Igbo leaders, the Ohanese, and I don't know any of them by name. I don't even know them by person, but I do know that the Ohanese, the Masop, they are the recognized Igbo leader. We should stand by them, even if we think they are not leading us, even if we think they are corrupt, and some of them are extremely corrupt. This is not how we behave by passing them and joining some kid that we don't know the people that are pushing him. This is not right. That is not the way it is done. Our loyalty should be on our tribe, our Ohanese. That is what Igbos are known for. Ohanese means the people and the king. That's what Igbos are known for. We should bypass this IPOP nonsense. I will keep saying it. This is my opinion on Nnamdi Kanu. I probably will not be saying anything about it again, but I do hope brothers and sisters circulate this video. I'll split it into two, part 1 and part 2. I do hope brothers and sisters circulate this video. Let Igbos start talking about it. Let us start airing our view. I mean, you see one person open 3 Facebook pages on this IPOP thing because they're giving it publicity. These people are paid to do what they're doing. Some of them are paid to do these things. I expect the Igbo people to counter this development because we don't understand what's going on with IPOP. We don't understand it. Most people don't even know what Nnamdi Kanu does for a living. Most people don't know. Different kind of. I saw someone on my channel said that the other time that he went to Israel and saw a dream, and which is total stupidity. But most people don't know what he does for a living. We don't even know who this guy is. I expect Igbo people to circulate this. I expect people to counter this. We shouldn't silently watch our community. I expect Igbo people to counter this. We should not silently watch our community go to hell. May the Most High bless you. Salam.